Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be on the planet. Or if you're on another planet, we definitely want you to let us know where. Rushed up here and got ready as fast as I could. That's right, you get a crown for being number one, Pam Donnelly. And Elaine Peterson gets one too for being in the number two position. Now she's number one. This is getting very confusing. What are these symbols about? Makes me think of that margarine company. Was it Imperial? It was, right? Anybody remember Imperial margarine? Do people still eat margarine? So how you guys doing? We're going to get right to a little content because people say I take too long to get to it, which means I'll have to repeat it. Not that there's a lot to say, but there is the Dark Shadows 60th and probably final big convention going on right now at the Westin Hotel at LAX Airport. So we'll talk about that, show some pictures, and we're going to start off by talking about our main topic, which is about the Bob Joyce Luncheon that's coming to Hot Springs at the Arlington Hotel in, I guess that's the downtown area of Hot Springs. The date is very interesting. It is Sunday, August 16th. Now, when I first saw that they were going to have this, and there's been some changes here, and I'm not sure what's going on, to be honest with you. The word T was in there, and the word big band. Well, I guess that's two words. Big band was in the flyer, and now I'm not seeing that. And I couldn't find anything on Echoes of Grace, Bob Joyce Echoes of Grace, talking about it, which had been a Matt Joyce project. Is it still? I don't know. I'm confused now. There is something new in the flyer, which will be our thumbnail. I'll show that in a minute. But you're invited, a special Household of Faith luncheon with Bob Joyce, Sunday, August 16th, after church at the Arlington Hotel in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Tickets are $80. That includes your lunch. There's only 65 seats available to the general public. As I say, originally what was going to happen was it was going to be a dance that followed the lunch. And then at some point there would be general admission after a cake cutting and what have you. I'm not seeing any of that now. So if somebody has some wisdom on this, please let me know. I am completely blindsided. But the date, Sunday, August the 16th, after church. Now, when I first saw that date, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't get it right away. I thought, gee, you think they'd have it on a Saturday? You think they'd have it on a Saturday instead of after church? I thought they were going to have a church service there, and then, like they have done that particular weekend in Hot Springs for the last 2 weeks, when there was a George Magazine Live event, which Pastor Bob is not a part of anymore. But no, they're having it at the Arlington Hotel, and it's a Household of Faith luncheon. So I thought, why wouldn't they have it on a Saturday? Especially because they were talking a big band and what have you. That would be probably better. People could still make the trip to Benton the next day to go to Household of Faith. But this way, Pastor Bob has to finish preaching and talking to the people. Then he's got to make the 45-minute drive, or somebody will for him, to Hot Springs, Arkansas, to attend this luncheon, which it says after church, which is kind of, not an exact time, but I would say, I believe the luncheon originally was 2 o'clock, but get there early. But I have nothing that indicates that there aren't tickets available, and there's only 65 seats to the general public. How many already, were spoken for, I don't know. And I thought, gee, 65 seats. I mean, the average fire hall, I got married in a fire hall, and I had about 150 people at my wedding and a band. So I thought, that's an awful small ballroom there at the Arlington, and why would they pick that one if they're going to have a big band and everything? But now I don't see any of that. I see something new. But I wondered, why not Saturday, August 15th? Saturday, August 15th. And then a few of my smart listeners woke me up and said, well, August 16th is the alleged death of Elvis Presley. It's a very significant date. Surprising that they would pick that one. They move it to a Sunday instead of a Saturday. Usually the Bob Joyce events in Hot Springs, well, it was a church service. It was a church service, and then he would have prayer afterwards. He did 1 year. People came forward and prayed, and I think there were elders that were helping Pastor Bob. I never know who the elders are at Household of Faith, if there even are any. I don't know. But it was brought to my attention that August 16th is a very peculiar date to pick, because not only is it after the church service, but I thought, well, they're having a dance right after the church service, and now I don't see that. So this is everything that I see on the flyer now. A special Household of Faith luncheon with Bob Joyce, Sunday, August 16th after church at the Arlington Hotel in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Tickets are $80. 65 seats available. This is new, I believe. Guests will receive a never circulated, signed and numbered, autographed picture of Bob Joyce. Not pastor, but Bob Joyce. And it says, after expenses, all proceeds will go to the Household of Faith Church. Thank you for your support. And there's a Household of Faith logo right there. And I think I see the picture with him wearing white coat and a blue shirt, which will be autographed, signed, and numbered. And someone pointed out to me that's something that Elvis Presley did sometimes. He had signed and numbered autographed pictures. Now, not being that kind of an Elvis fan, I really don't know, but that's what people told me. So isn't that interesting? Things have changed here. I guess there's no big band anymore. So let's see what we can see. Let me go back to my live stream so I can see it. And we've got 34 people watching. Hello, everybody. I'll say hi to you in just a little bit and get your input if you should have any input on the changes and what have you. This will be the thumbnail. They cut off his head, not me. So isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? What are your thoughts? Anybody hear anything? What's going on? What's going on? What are we doing here? We're numbering the autographed pictures. Hi, Brenda Sweeney. The day before my birthday, the 17th. Wow, I see. Teresa Panel says, I have a ticket for the Arlington event, but I may not get to attend. They found a large mass during my husband's colonoscopy, and he will have surgery this month, but not on well, you don't know, and you don't know what kind of shape he'll be in after it. So I understand it's kind of up in the air. So we have to pray for Teresa's husband. Jody Smith is here. Hi, Jody. Lane Peterson. That's Elaine Blaine Peterson. Not from Maine, not from Spain, not from Key Biscayne. Julia Joyce is here. Hello, everybody. Hi, Julia from Australia. Nancy DeMarco. I lost my spooky cat in February, and I miss him every day. Yeah, every cat that was here when I came here, and there were 8, are gone 16 years later. Well, Herb lived a ripe old age, and his wife, Gypsy, they were both here. No, I'm sorry. Herb was Gypsy. I renamed him Herb because he looked like an old man. Hazel was his wife, but he would do the hanky-panky with another female cat right in front of his wife. I thought, Herb, what are you doing? What are you doing? She would just look at him disgusted, Hazel. She's still downstairs. She's in a box marked Hazel, Ash's box named Hazel. Miles Wright from Georgia. Hi, Jack and all. Hi, Miles Wright. Good to see you here. Also from Australia. So sorry, Teresa. Heartbreaking. Yeah. Don't know to the extent yet. And Teresa also said she had to put her Jack Russell fur baby down. Bud down on Tuesday, and we've had to do that too. The Arlington Hotel is phenomenal. I've just never heard of a ballroom that has that few seats, but there's probably a lot of seats that were already spoken for, right? I just wonder why they have less seats than the average fire hall. I did wonder that. I'm sorry, but I did. Carolyn Mullins is here. Hello, everyone. Karen Phillips as well. Good to have you here. Happy Saturday evening to you and Karen. And I think that's the start of the list. We've gotten to mention everyone here. Jody Smith hits the thanks button right down there next to the ask button. The ask button, I guess, leads to the thanks button. And thank you, Jody Smith, the great encourager, for putting in $1.99. We're in a brand new month. July was pretty good. It was, we definitely reached the bare minimum and maybe a little bit more. I pushed hard to get the views to go with the angels that give on the Cash App or the thanks button. I pushed hard. I did. Miles lost his cat, but not in San Francisco. I lost my cat Jazz about 6 weeks ago. Had him for 17 years. Yeah, definite part of the family. He was so sweet. A kitten came up to me about a month ago and adopted me. Yes, he decided. This happened with Jerry, which is my son's dog in Texas. Jerry, my son, he loves when I talk about him. He was just going to go for a run on the trail, and this cute little dog. I don't know what to call him, but definitely like a pure breed little dog came up to him, all friendly and wouldn't leave Corey's side. I guess maybe he had finished the run. He had finished the run. The dog's timing was perfect. And he started just following Corey, just started following Corey and right to his car. And Corey looked at him and said, "It looks like you want to come, huh?" And he opened up the back seat. The dog jumped right in. he didn't have any ambivalence about it at all. And before you know it, Jerry was fixing to stay. In the meantime, Corey's trying to find out if this dog belongs to somebody, and he just got loose or what have you. And they did everything they could to try and find out if the dog had an owner, and nobody came forth. So it was clear that Jerry was not complaining. He was fixing to stay. He was fixing. You say fixing once you move to Texas and places like that after a while. Well, we have a new Todd. Todd. Looks like it's Todd O'Byrne. I've never heard of an O'Byrne. An Irish-Polish person. Actually, I don't know. Polka Sean's last name is Byrne, just like yours, same spelling. But it may be on his mother's side, the Polish side, so I'm not sure. They were up in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania today. Polka Sean and Polka Norma with me. I'm wearing the same shirt in Amsterdam, New York, a number of weeks back. I'll show you that close up later. So thank you again, Jody Smith, for hitting the thanks button for $1. Appreciate that so much. Get the month of August going. Nancy and in memoriam Terry Whitmore is here. Homer Overcast joins us. Hi, Homer. Hello, Jack and everyone. It's good to have you here from Tennessee, if I remember correctly. Hello, Jack. Helen from Australia, along with Jackie and Julia, all from Australia. Anybody else from Australia tonight? Or hello, replay, you can write down in the comment section there. Everything that's available to you here is available to you there. So don't be shy. Don't be shy. 37 watching and 15 likes. North Carolina, and I got you down in Tennessee. I don't know why, Homer. It's not like you haven't told me that before, I don't know why. I don't know why. So I'll keep an eye out for updates on the Bob Joyce Luncheon. But things have changed, and there's a beautiful autographed picture you can get too if you attend. Luncheon and autographed, but I don't think there's the big band anymore. So things have changed, and I don't see it promoted on Bob Joyce Echoes of Grace, which is interesting to me. Let me go to our channel here. Some of you watched the concert last night. Explosive Jungle Love live at the John Degnan Square downtown. Best outdoor concert. I didn't capture the best of it. It came later. More people showed up. More people danced. The lights were flashing, and they just kept it going. They played essentially for 2 solid hours without a break. They are the biggest outdoor event, except unless Jimmy Sturr comes, but he got to play the Paramount because it was too hot. It was like in the 90s or upper 80s by showtime. So they played at the Paramount Theater. No other band gets to do that. They just get canceled. But Jungle Love was there last night. You can check that out. 381 people have. It's just my gift to you. I can't monetize videos with music in them. I can't. So it's just a gift for you. I'm sharing it with you because I'm there and I thought you might enjoy it. And oh, let's not hear any music. I'll get in trouble. Don't want that. Deborah McGinty. If I was there, I'd be getting my groove on, Jack. Love it, said Deborah McGinty. God and Dogs, what a great brand, very talented. Brenda Sweeney says, looks like a lot of fun. Enjoy Jack and Karen. And our friends Larry were there, along with Christine, who we went to Catholic school with in the 60s. Nancy Whitmore was watching good music, and you can still see that there. Bob Joyce Dilemma getting close to 2,000 views right now. It's almost a darned if you do, darned if you don't kind of thing that we talk about there. And here's our video that's on right now. Bob Joyce Luncheon on the day of Elvis's alleged death. Bob Joyce Story Explosion Part 1 has got over 4,400 views. Please watch that. We'll give you some updated information there. Pranked by a Bob Joyce Inner Circle poser. That's 1.2, right? It's not 12K. I guess there's a dot there. I wish it were 12K. Getting close to Elvis's reveal, Bob Joyce Ideas, 1,800. Because that's the deal, you know. Hi, Ken Winters from this area, a local who was with us. We have an Orange County Fair live broadcast from Wednesday night. You hear a little bit of the group Rocks On, and I show you some of the fair. Karen's in that video. So how are you, Ken? Welcome. Lynn is here. What if Jesus faked his death? Where would you be? So what's the point of you saying that, Lynn? I probably has some attitude behind it. And I think maybe I've heard from you before. I've heard from a few Lynn's, and I don't remember those letters and numbers after it, so I'm not sure. What's the point? Tell me more. Let's get inside your head here. All right. I have nothing more to say at this time. I don't have enough information. But there are 39 watching. I appreciate that. Have you been to the Orange County Fair, Ken? This was the first time we went in years. Jack, I don't think the thing is coincidence at all. Yeah, how many coincidences can we have after a while, you know? How many coincidences? I mean, we're up to dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens, and 6 blockbusters at least. So, yeah. But as I was saying, and I'll finish that, I think Pastor Bob knows exactly what he's doing. Well, I think he has to wait on the Holy Spirit. And so it's slow going because he prays about it and he wants to make sure he's hearing correctly from the Holy Spirit. This is not a clever plot that is constructed in the household of faith equivalent to the Situation Room. You know, this is, I believe, a God-led plan. This is just another confirmation from him. And I know how you feel. Haven't been in a while. Yeah, a lot of people that used to go all the time, maybe 3 times when it was here, don't go at all now. It's not what it used to be. By the way, the person who got hit by an arrow in the circus act was a guy. It was the woman firing the arrow, shooting the arrow, the bow and arrow. And I think he might have moved or something like that. So they bring him down to the local hospital. And as usual, oh, no, we can't handle this. Gonna get right back in the chopper and go down to Westchester. Well, what's the sense then? You know, what's the sense? They can't seem to handle an MRI for me. 3 cancellations, and then, oh, well, we'll call you because our machine is broke. They never called. So, you know. And now it's been a week waiting for Westchester after I sent my information because there was only one person that does the scheduling for the MRIs when you have a defibrillator, and she was on vacation, so I haven't heard from them all week. This has been a difficult test. So I understand what you're saying, Judy. Anybody new? So all we're going to hear from Lynn. We used to have Lynn Redgrave. That's what I would call her. Of course, Lynn Redgrave is no longer with us. R.I.P. Vincent Pastore, known on The Sopranos as Big P. We'll call him Big P. He passed away today. He was a big man. He really was big, and he died at 80 years old. So he lived pretty long for the weight that he was, but he is gone. He is very active in the fan conventions and what have you, and played a gangster. Always a gangster. The poor guy. It was like every time he was in something, he was in the mob. You know, he was a criminal. That kind of thing. How's the weather like in South Australia? Is that what SA is? Spencer for hire. Hi, TS. What's going on with you? Are you on your break or are you off tonight? What's going on? Neo joins us. Yes, he does. From the great state of North Carolina, maybe. Try to remember. And so we had fun at the fair. I should have interviewed the Zeppelins guy. I bet he had a story, and he wasn't busy. I don't know if anybody would care about when you do unusual stories from Americans that do unusual things. You do a video like that, and it gets 85 views or 100 views, and you say, well, nobody really saw it. So, but he was a gentleman I would say was in his late 50s, and I bet he's been playing the fair circuit for a number of years. Well, here's the Grand Patriarch now, Richard Lyon. Jack, hello from Rich and Vivian. Now I got to try to find your sneakers, which will be down on my picture list now. Welcome, 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 Richard. Jack, they are naming a street in Chester after Bill Perry. Bill Perry was a famous blues guy. The guy downstairs, who's not here right now, he'll be coming in sometime during the show, maybe. I don't know how much I've got tonight, but we'll try. But Bill Perry was playing gigs in this area and other places down in the city, New York City, for a long time, and has passed away a number of years ago now, but he is a blues legend in this area, just like Slam Allen is. I've seen Slam a number of times, and to me, he's underrated. He never gets his due. So that's nice that they're doing that. But Bradford downstairs played with Bill Perry a number of times, I'm pretty sure. So let's see here. Richard has special sneakers. He does. Then I'm going to talk about the Dark Shadows convention that's going on right now. Yeah, now they have disappeared. Just looking for your Jesus sneakers. Funny how things disappear on you, you know? Because I definitely didn't erase them. Yeah. You would have to send them again, Richard, because they are escaping me at the moment. 50 watching right now and 23 likes. 23 likes. You can send it on text if you want. That would be fine. In fact, maybe that's where I would find it. I answered my own question. Yeah. Okay. Forget it. Here is Richard's new, really cool, although there's a strange element to this too. But overall, I like it. Richard's Jesus sneaker. Very nice, Richard. Very, very nice indeed. If Neo's going to talk about ads, I'm not going to even acknowledge him because he's starting to do it every single show, you know? Too cheap to get premium does not surprise me. Good evening, Jack and all. This is Leanne Taylor here. Hi, Leanne Taylor. Welcome to you. Welcome to Worldwide Ramblings for a Saturday, August 1st. Oh, I told you the summer goes by too quick. Before you know it, it'll be September, and we'll be going to the Onion Fest with Jimmy Sturr on a Sunday, which I think is, it's always Labor Day weekend. Yes, you have to work things out in your head. You have to access the proper file. Sometimes it can do it, and sometimes no. Hello, Bayou Girl. Welcome to Worldwide Ramblings. I never complain about rain as I am on tank water. Is that anything like a well? Is that what you say, tank water? I don't know. Had to work 13 days straight, said Jody. Has that happened to you, TS? Spencer for hire? That was out of my control, but such is life. I know. I definitely had some 13 days in a row type things between radio and being a peace officer and stuff. I don't know what my record was. My 77-inch TV blew out, only 3 years old, maybe 3,000 down the drain. Maybe. If you can find that thing you never filled out and never registered online with. Look at it on Tuesday. Huh. I'll send a pair to Bob E. He won't wear them, so don't do it. No, he would not do that. I know he wouldn't. Jackal from Rich and Vivian. That's right. Richard in West Palm Beach, Florida. So it is the 60th anniversary of Dark Shadows. It's going on right now at the Westin Hotel. I'm talking to you on a Saturday night, August 1st. It started last night. We've had a few cancellations. I don't think Nancy Barrett is there again, who played Carolyn Stoddard, Pansy Faye, and other characters. We never got to meet her. We thought we would meet her last year, but she canceled. She lives in Phoenix, Arizona. And it's just a downer because there are certain people that you really, really want to see. Roger Davis is there, though. He certainly is. John, Jon, John Roger Davis is an American actor, or he was an entrepreneur. I'll say he starred in the television series Dark Shadows and Alias Smith and Jones, replacing Peter Duell in the second and final season. He also appeared in Spur of the Moment, a fifth season episode of The Twilight Zone. He was born in Louisville, Kentucky, April 5th, 1939. Oh my goodness, he's 87 years old. Spouses include Donna Jenness. He probably outlived some of them, 91 to 96. His first marriage, let me see here. Just took a picture of this earlier. All right. Here we go. Of course, now it doesn't go to full screen. It did before. Roger, when he was really young in the 1960s, his first wife was one of Charlie's Angels. That's right. Roger Davis with Miss Jacqueline Smith. What a great looking couple, huh? Great looking couple. Didn't last too long, the marriage, but Roger, let's face it, had a wandering eye and wandering hands. Just ask, you can't ask her because she's went on to be the Lord Angelique, Laura Parker, or Lara Parker, whichever way you say it. And more pictures of Roger Davis, who made a lot of money in real estate. They would buy like an abandoned mall, strip mall, and they would revitalize it and make it work. And he made a lot of money with a business partner doing that. But prior to that, also as an actor, he did commercials. He did voiceover. He's got that kind of a voice. And so you would hear him a lot of times and not know it was even him unless you were a Dark Shadows fanatic. Sorry for the glare on that picture. I've got some real pictures. Every day, when Dark Shadows got hot after the vampire came around, Jonathan Frid, who passed away in 2012, every day, people would line up in the streets waiting for the actors to come out. Twins were there on this one particular day, and Roger was more than happy to take a picture with them. Isn't that cute? One girl's looking at him like, is that the guy from TV? Is that really him? See, Dark Shadows fans could be that young. Could be that young. So there's Roger in the street. But time has marched on. He's now 87. Last year, he was at the 59th Dark Shadows convention. They did one, and he spoke. And here's Roger now. Then he was 86 years old. He's 87 now. Here's how Roger Davis looks now. Same hairstyle. He kept the hairstyle. Doesn't dye it, but that's how he looks pretty much now. Roger Davis. Love him. Loved him on Dark Shadows. He played Peter Brady. He played Jeff Clark. And he was just great. He was just great. So I'm told that unless there's an update, that Nancy Barrett did not make it. Is this my Dark Shadows folder? I think so. I'm just going to show you a few photos. I know not everybody's in to Dark Shadows. But here is in the red is Alexandra Mocha. She's never made a single Dark Shadows event. Her best friend, who was the matron of honor, whatever you call that, at her wedding, at Alexandra Mocha's wedding, Nancy Barrett with the blonde hair is next to her. At the end is Lara Parker, who passed away a few years ago. And on the other side is Catherine Lee Scott, who is very much in attendance at the Dark Shadows, is right now in Los Angeles. And we've seen her a number of times, had our picture taken with Catherine, who's 82 years old right now. Here's David Hennessy, who will be 70 in October. Born the same year as me, 1956, never made a single Dark Shadows convention. Shame on you, David. You were supposed to be at one in Lyndhurst last year. A lot of people bought tickets that wouldn't have because Nancy and you were supposed to be there. Neither one showed up. I think Nancy, she's 82 and what have you. You can't blame somebody for not making the plane ride when they don't feel well. And that is the late Denise Nickerson with him. She was also the Blueberry in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. She died in 2019, not too long after a stroke and self-inflicted drug overdose. So very, very sad. She was a phenomenal actress from the first time she was on Dark Shadows, and she did a few other things as well. And her parents stole her money, and she ended up working in a medical office. Tragic kind of life there. Young Nancy Barrett, who I don't think made the convention. She's made plenty of conventions over the years, though. Plenty. She was down in Tarrytown in 2019. We just weren't watching the show then, unfortunately. And the late Joel Crothers, who was on so many shows. He ended his career on Santa Barbara, but he was on many soap operas after Dark Shadows, then moved out to California. That's Catherine Lee Scott when she was very young, playing Maggie Evans, the waitress. Here's Nancy Barrett, older. Time marches on. Number of years back. She was so beloved. Well, here's a picture of Karen and me with my dark hair there. But, of course, the sideburns remain white. David Hennessy and Denise Nickerson on the street. Always people wanting to talk to them and have their picture taken with them, perhaps. And David Hennessy with Barnabas Collins, who made Dark Shadows an iconic phenomenon, and it's still true. And there's no other show quite like this. In 2026, there are a dozen or so Facebook groups, and Tubi carries it, Prime Video carries it, and Pluto and Blu-ray. There's a new Blu-ray out, etc., etc. And what can I tell you? Here's Nancy, sort of how she looks today in Phoenix, Arizona. Hope she's okay. We love her so much. So that's some Dark Shadows for you as they celebrate their 60th anniversary today in Los Angeles at the airport. Very, very cool. Nancy DeMarco says, Karen is just so pretty. I love her coloring. Of her coloring. Yeah, she was always a redhead, maybe a little lighter redhead back in the day. I've got plenty of examples of that. Hair, skin, and eyes. I agree. I agree. Richard Lyon is talking to Nancy DeMarco. No one's too cheap to get premium Jack just the way it is. Okay. Now, if I got to psychologically try to understand what you're trying to tell me, Homer, you didn't like me calling him cheap, huh? No, I don't have premium either. I'm okay with commercials, though. I'm okay with them. They don't bother me. Probably all those years in radio, oh my goodness, um, when we started our FM oldie station, Cousin Brucey, who was running it, a legend, I just heard him tonight, 92 years old on WABC radio, but he bought the station along with the late Bob Sillerman, a billionaire. At some point, he became a billionaire, bought the name Elvis Presley. So he was in charge of Elvis Presley Enterprises for years and owned a piece of American Idol. Um, and why am I saying all this? I don't know. A possible Dark Shadows animated show in the works. I think it's for sure. Yeah, that's what we hear. Maybe on the WB, or is it? They were talking about a show that wouldn't be animated on the WB, and that seemed to fall apart. But I heard about that too. We'll definitely watch that. What she is doing with Jack, I don't know. Well, I have the answer, but doesn't mean I'm going to say it, Richard. you know, um, when I came on the scene, well, Karen was even more beautiful, I suppose you could say, 16 years ago. But she had more baggage than Kennedy Airport, and a lot of guys don't want that. They don't want that. But I went for it. Marty Greco, hi, Jack and everyone. I'm late, but I made it. Been out of town. Well, where were you, Marty? Give us a full explanation now, if you don't mind. Robin is here. Is it Robin's birthday? I think we already sang to Brenda. Trying to go back a little bit. Well, Homer, some people 1999 or whatever it is like a penny. To others, it's not. So that's the difference, Some people that's a chunk of change they don't want to spend, and I certainly understand that. Thank goodness you still have a heartbeat, Richard. Hmm. All right. Let's check email real quick. Go to the email. Oh, dear. Let's see here. Elaine Peterson hits the Cash App. A love tip with lips for $10. Thank you, Elaine Peterson. You're one of my faithful angels. Without people like you, I wouldn't be doing this because, I'd have to be standing in Walmart saying, do you have your receipt? Have your receipt? So thank you very much. Miles Wright hits the Cash App for $10 as well. Another one of the faithful angels. Thank you so much, Miles Wright. I appreciate that very much. I'll put it's the same people. If I were to read you the July Cash App people, you'd see that. It's like the same 12, 13 people, which kind of makes me feel bad. I always get excited when it's somebody new, whether it's $1.50 or $2 or whatever, It's a sign of appreciation that they care enough of what we're doing here. And I appreciate that, you know. Let's see here. So my Cash App handle, and I write my email address. Okay, let's try this again. Cash App handle. I just thought of the preacher that was from Los Angeles, Dr. Gene Scott. Dr. Gene Scott. Glenn Campbell supposedly got filmed by watching Dr. Gene Scott. He'd sit there with a cowboy hat and a big cigar, and he'd be snarling at you to get to the phone. Do you know how expensive this is to do this? Get to the phone. He was one of a kind, Dr. Gene Scott. Anybody know him? Remember him? So that's the Cash App handle, lowercase letters, Media Guy 56. And in beautiful taxi cab yellow, the Grand Patriarch. The Grand Patriarch hits the thanks button down there next to the ask button. Press the ask button first. My friend Jack. Is that like my friend Flicker? Was that the name of the show? Remember Flicker? That was a horse, right? Not to be confused with Flipper. Wasn't my friend Flipper. It was my friend Flicker, right? Yeah. Boy, I just barely remember that, though. I did see it, but I don't remember a thing about it. I do remember a little bit about, I know the kid with the freckles on Flipper, and I remember what his dad looked like. Although I do confuse two shows. Maybe you do too. I confuse Flipper sometimes with the cast of Gentle Ben. Gentle Ben was a bear. Flipper was a dolphin. So there you go. We have that. Thank you, Richard Lyon. 1111, which is 1111, $11.11 on the thanks button. Thank you, Richard Lyon. We're starting off the month of August with some signs of life, and I certainly appreciate that. Pam Donnelly also in beautiful, what would you call that? Midnight blue? Midnight at the Oasis, send your camel to bed. Maria Moldauer, $1.99 on the thanks button. So thank you, Pam. Thank you, Jody Smith, twice. Thank you, Richard Lyon. And thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. So, yeah. We didn't get to go to Bethlehem, PA to see Jimmy Sturr today. Polka Sean and Polka Norma did, and they went on the bus. They were part of the road crew. They're in the inner circle. I tried for a long time to be in the inner circle. For a short time, I was doing liners for him for his Saturday night polka party. They ran for about 4 months, and I gave him another batch. And he said they were too long. And I thought, well, they're about the same as your other guy. So I think I know what you're saying. You like him better. And he's got a great voice. His name is Frank. He owns a radio station. He's great. I can't outdo him. You know, he's got a very engaging voice. So I love Jimmy Sturr. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I've loved him since 1969. And in, I'd say the last 16, 17 years, we've gone to a lot of Jimmy gigs. I went to some in the in-between time. I remember going to the last time they did a gig at the Lions Club. Is it the Lions? The Elks Lodge on Highland Avenue. Ken knows where that is. He's been there. I bet he has. It was like a costume party around Halloween. This goes back with my second wife, maybe around 2005, 2006, something like that. Jimmy Sturr played that, and we went to that. I do remember that. So, I love your beautiful blue eyes. Now, this is a pretty blue right here. Midnight blue. Midnight blue. What's going through your head, Nancy DeMarco? It's an inside joke. Let's see here. Where are you coming to Florida, Nancy? She's got a lot going on right now. So does Teresa Panel. Teresa Panel, really. Teresa Panel's husband, he had a colonoscopy. Smart thing to do. They found a mast, so they're going to operate on that and see what's going on. So keep her husband in prayer. So thank you, guys. Continue to hit the thanks button or the Cash App, Media Guy 56. Thank you very much for everyone for the birthday greeting. So how old did you turn, Marty? How old did you turn, huh? I forget, but I thought we did. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marty. And also Brenda Sweeney, who I think we did last week. Happy birthday to you. Huh. Things that make you go, huh. It's 10 o'clock at the Rock. Almost. WKGL-FM, Middletown, New York. Huh. So what else is going on here? We've talked about Dark Shadows. We've talked about the special Household of Faith Luncheon, which is coming up Sunday, August 16th. It'll be here before you know it. After church, you make the drive to Hot Springs, Arkansas. Go to the famed Arlington Hotel. But first, you need a ticket. And so let's see here. We'll go to Bob Joyce. Well, I'm already there. For tickets, you contact Karen at info.concerts. Lower, what do you call that? Lower, why do you do this? It could have been simpler. Lower, Karen has this in her email. Info.concerts with a capital C. Is that important? I see. Just use this KW at proton.me. I've never heard of .me. This whole thing is becoming something from the Twilight Zone. I have to be honest. Capital KW at proton.me. Okay? That's how you get tickets. Regular Sunday morning service on the 16th will be congregational singing in the sermon at Household of Faith Church at 8408 Samples Road, Benton, Arkansas, 72019. The luncheon will be at the Arlington Hotel in Hot Springs following the morning worship service. Well, it'll be a little while after. The luncheon is not a concert. Pastor Bob will not be singing at the Arlington Hotel. Okay. Bob Joyce Internet Notes. Number one, Bob Joyce has never claimed to be anyone but Bob Joyce. Video channels and accounts which report that Bob claimed otherwise are fake. Yeah, I've never said that he claimed to be somebody else, so I hope that's geared at someone else. AI edited, yeah, there's a lot of that, or completely unconnected to his ministry. The full video Bob made is here. So you can click on that 2017 denial and you will not hear the name Elvis Presley mentioned once. Bob Joyce does not send messages or have conversations online. Bob Joyce does not ask anyone to send him direct messages. No amount of followers will make a fake Bob Joyce account real. Okay. Bob Joyce does not ask for gift cards, money apps, Apple payments, or anything about cryptocurrency. Official Bob Joyce music and videos might be in unofficial places online. So there you go. There's some notes from Household of Faith. Oh boy. The story is heating up. It's heating up. I don't know what the documentary is going to say and what it's not going to say. We don't have any information yet on when it's going to be released and on what platform it's going to be released. So we just don't know at this time. What are your thoughts, gang? What are your thoughts? Good night, Teresa. We will keep your husband in prayer. The great Tennessee Titan is here. Todd Bradshaw saying hello to Bayou Girl. Thank you. And same to you. All is well here. And Marty has found, Todd has found Marty Greco. He's here as well. Very bad fires. Spokane, Washington. Is that true? Elaine Peterson, do you smell smoke? Do you smell smoke? You certainly do. And thanks for reminding me, Brenda Sweeney, I Cash App you, Jack. That's absolutely true. Sometimes you and Tammy with an I do it in off hours, and I have to always remember to acknowledge that. So thank you very much, Brenda. You certainly do. You're one of my angels, as is Tammy with an I. And Todd Bradshaw says, good evening, Jack. Hello, all. Well, there you go. See if I missed anything here. I already thanked Pam Donnelly and Richard Lyon and Jody Smith for hitting the thanks button here. Live and replay crowd, it's available to you. If you can't find it in this video, go to another recent video. It all goes into the same pot. Let's see, now we are working on September 21st. We are working on September 21st, which could be a Saturday or a Sunday, so that means it would be a Saturday. So we're probably working on the 23rd of September, if that's the case, because I don't hear from Google on weekends. So, yeah, we've got everybody there, and I appreciate that so much. I do. Is it storming in Sale Creek, Todd? It's rough here in Georgia, huh? Yeah, Georgia can get some extreme weather. That's for sure. They can get tornadoes and what have you in Georgia. Have you lived through a tornado, Miles Wright? What about you, Todd? Have you guys lived through tornadoes? Never had one here. We've had some real gusty winds. There have been in Orange County, I think maybe Warwick, but we did not get it. We're very fortunate we didn't get the New York flooding here. It rained, but, we're not that close to the Hudson River, for example. And let me see here. I'll put Nancy up in the vacant spot there. I don't think she's at the Dark Shadows convention, but I could be wrong. She could have been. Best thing to do is not even promo that you're coming. Just make it a surprise. You can still bring your stuff with you because they have pictures and things like that. And Make it a wonderful surprise. I'm sure they'll find a space for you because you tell them I may be there and I may not be. I can't decide now. That's I think the way to go. Then people don't get disappointed, and then people don't buy tickets that are coming, especially to see you. You know. Oh yes. Here's Polka Sean and Polka Norma with me wearing the exact same shirt in Amsterdam a few weeks back. No, not the country. There were no girls in the window where I was, I assure you. Amsterdam, New York is a big polka, Polish area, and I was with Sean and Norma for the Dyna Brass, not Jimmy Sturr, but the Dyna Brass, and that was wonderful. Jimmy Sturr just announced. I mean, think he's getting up there, but the spirit is strong and his health is strong. God bless him. I hope he has like William Shatner, a life that goes well into his 90s or 100 years old. I really, really do. Um, he's announced a summer cruise in August of 2027 that will be in New England. Last time they did that, they went up to Maine too, and they did Canada. So I don't know what it is. It's just been announced, but it's definitely going to be parts of New England. Jimmy Sturr cruise that'll leave from New York Harbor, I would imagine. It'll leave from New York. It's not going to leave from. Be great if it left from Newburgh, but then when you came back to get your car after the cruise, it'd be nothing there. They don't just take the hubcaps, you know. There no sign of your car would be present. And yes, this is my father, the late John Lyman Willard, with me. Christmas time, maybe 1961, maybe 1961, something like that. He was a Union, New York City plumber, and he passed away when I was 11 years old in 1967 at the age. I think this is right. Sometimes I wonder if they told me correctly at the age of 67. He probably had cardiomyopathy like I do, but they didn't have the drugs, they didn't have the testing, they didn't have the abilities they have now. Whoa. They'll probably fall again on me. Yes, we have Mount Rushmore, as it should be. Oh, the people that don't like the current president won't like that. I'm sure most of you have seen this, correct? Tucker Carlson claims to have been visited by two demons, which may explain why he's gone crazy and turned off 81 million people that used to love him. I mean, there are people in that 81 million that I am talking about, Republicans, that would have stepped in front of a bullet for Tucker Carlson, and now he's unrecognizable. He's unrecognizable. He's just continuing to inflict more wounds. He should know he's gifted enough to know how to disagree without throwing out the baby along with the bathwater. That's all the politics I'm doing right now. Oh. Let's see here. Yes, sir, Jack. I have been through a few direct impact tornadoes in my life. So, where did you find shelter? Because I see them come ripping through. They're trying to get the horses in the barn, and the horses that are trying to get to this barn, I see the barn like destroyed in front of my eyes. Uh, and the tornado hasn't even hit full force yet. So you'll have to tell me about that. I'm curious as to what it's like. Wow. Jack, Adams Market was selling Elvis coffee, peanut butter and banana flavored coffee. Adams Market was? Elvis coffee? You mean his picture is on the can? Is that what you're saying? And peanut butter and banana flavored coffee? Are you talking about something that they were selling like by the cup, or that was something you could buy? And are they still doing it or no? I haven't been. Karen and I have not been to Adams Market in a good 6-7 weeks, I would say. You spend money in there you don't want to spend. They have a beautiful assortment of pre-cooked food, from chicken wings to cauliflower batter dip and all kinds of things. And they have great fresh fish and everything. There's things in there like this special lemonade that we get. I want to say Marie's lemonade, but I'm not sure. And so there's those things that we get, but we don't go there often. So I wonder, I've been having this compulsion to like coffee, and I know it's got to be a certain kind of very sweet flavored coffee, probably something with caramel in it. I like hazelnut. Certainly hazelnut coffee always smells really good to me. But here I am, 70, and never been a coffee drinker, but I've had a little bit lately. I tried the mushroom coffee. I thought it would make me look like Neil Patrick Harris. It didn't. No more than those shakes made me look like Rob Lowe. It's not fair. We do have tornadoes here in Australia, says Helen McDonald. But tropical cyclones occur frequently in the top end north of the country. A very bad one was back in the 70s that almost wiped out the entire city of Darwin. Was it named after Darwin, that city? They sell the coffee in bulk and grind and bag it in the store. You're reminding me of the old A&P when they used to grind the 8 o'clock coffee right there at the front register. Oh, isn't that interesting? I guess we got to go searching. You think it's still there, Ken? We'll have to go searching there. Believe me, it won't be hard to get Karen to go to Adams. She loves Adams, you know. We had visited the one in Newburgh prior to them coming here. But it has been a while. We haven't been a Price Chopper either. ShopRite usually. Brother Bruno's is on their 3-week vacation, their 3-week yearly vacation. They'll be back August 10th. So that's good for me. I need to eat less pizza, etc. And it's so tempting when you're at ShopRite to have a slice or sometimes bring a pie home. So Andy has some, you know. Hi, Miles, says Todd Bradshaw. Yes, wouldn't you know, it's more bad weather this weekend. I just got back from Eastridge. Eastridge. So you all have it worse so far, huh? I'm just trying to think about a direct impact tornado. We had a backyard underground tornado shelter in Minnesota. I didn't know you lived in Minnesota. Was that before the retarded governor was there? Oh, you can't mention the R word anymore. The special needs, whatever. Tampon Tim. I'm sure it was way before Tampon Tim. Actually, one of the stupidest individuals I've ever seen. But anyway, we had a backyard underground tornado shelter in Minnesota. Here in the South, basements and such things are more rare. So underground is where you want to be, right? And then when you come up, what do you see? What's still standing? They're more pick and choosy than a hurricane, right? That will flatten the whole community sometimes, except for one house on the corner. It's very strange to me. One house on the corner. I would crow my own coffee. Okay. There's a 59 watching. Please sign in. Please subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell. That helps us be seen by more people. We'd love to get to 12,000 before, I'm as old as Roger Davis, who's at the Dark Shadows Convention right now. Beloved. I'm sure people are thrilled, but David Selby backed out because he had family situation. I don't think Nancy Barrett is here. Darna McKenzie, Broadway legend, who was only on Dark Shadows for like 4 or 5 months, but she's so beautiful and made such an impact while she was there doing Broadway at night. It was a heck of a schedule for her. She was on 4 or 5 months, and not every day, but quite a bit sometimes. And it was really tough on the days when she had to do both. They try to put her on Monday because Monday Broadway is usually dark. Got one when you were on the road, cut up and moved. Says Homer. About 20 years ago, we had that storm that took the roof off the school, and a few students got hurt near Montgomery, New York. It's amazing how close it comes to Middletown sometimes, like Warwick, and then doesn't hit. Good night, Richard Lyon. Thank you for hitting the Cash App for 1111, $11.11. And he says, imagine the IQ that Kamala and Tim would have if you put it together, if they won 46 IQ. Are you speaking in code, Richard? Right. Marie Wallace, also a no-show. I've seen her at least twice down at Lyndhurst Mansion. She has a walker. She's 88, something like that. 89. I don't think she's hit 90 yet, but she's very gracious. Got a wonderful picture of her and Karen together. The assistant to Miss Wallace helps her around and stuff. Said to Karen that, well, you look like Grayson Hall. You look like Grayson Hall. And Marie Wallace nodded in approval of that statement. But she was able to scoot right around the autograph table, Brenda, and scooch down and take the picture holding on to Miss Marie Wallace. She was very nice. And also had her picture with Donna Wandry, who is at the 60th and final big reunion at LAX. Donna Wandry was also on for just a short time. Beautiful woman, definitely one of the Dark Shadows beauties. I have like 12 on my list. Alexandra Molka being number 1, Nancy Barrett being number 2, Catherine Lee Scott being number 3, Lara Parker being number 4. Also on the list, I can't remember the numbers after that, would be, and this is just my list, would be Donna McKenzie, Donna Wandry. Both deserve to be there. Buffy maybe would be the 13th one. Have you seen Buffy yet, Brenda? She works in the bar, and She when they filmed House of Dark Shadows, she got extra screen time because all the actors were up. The big actors were up in Tarrytown filming House of Dark Shadows at Lyndhurst Mansion. So in the 70s, you're younger than me, Ken. I know there was a big storm that blew signs down on Route 211 and what have you. Power was out. But yeah. So when we go to Lyndhurst, it's always Catherine Lee Scott. It's usually Marie Wallace. It's usually Sharon Lenz, who played little Sarah. She's at the 60th reunion. She's like 66 years old. She's one of the young ones. And good night, Marty. Thank you, Marty Greco. Thanks for coming by. Thank you for that helpful comment, Elaine. No, you don't watch Dark Shadows. So I haven't had that effect on you. You haven't sat down and turned on either Tubi, which is free. You can put it on your computer, no excuses, and watch Dark Shadows, starting with episode 210, because that's the best way to do it. Watch 210 through the end, and then watch the first 209 episodes and see if you don't get hooked on it. See if you don't. So, yeah. So, in terms of the whole Bob Joyce thing, because I see that they're changing things up. I don't know who wrote that, but I think I do know exactly who wrote it. We've always said I speak of possibilities. I could be wrong about the whole thing. I've explored the other different possibilities, which usually the hardcore people don't agree with at all, which keeps Pastor Bob in the Presley bloodline, but could be the love child of Vernon. Boy, people do say that, or could be the love child of Elvis himself. I don't think it's Jesse. There are those that believe that, but Nicolas Cage films a scene at Sabrina's house. Nicolas Cage, the former son-in-law of Elvis Presley, confirmed and verified by two tight sources, including Matt Joyce. Can you explain that? Come on and explain that. And that's just one of the 6 blockbusters. So it's impossible for there to be this many coincidences, and I don't even believe in coincidences, but this many things that keep growing and growing, and there not to be something to it. As we said, if he were to look in the camera and say, I am not Elvis Presley, I have never been Elvis Presley, obviously, I'm not Elvis Presley. Do you understand now? I think President Trump has a way of being emphatic, right? When he wants to get the point across to someone like the manipulative Caitlin Collins. If he had said that back in 2017, I don't know what kind of growth we would have seen in the ministry today. I'm getting to the point where I'm annoying them. I know what that can lead to, but I don't mean to do that. I'm just saying, be fair to us creators, And of course, I'm not one of the creators that steals your copyrighted stuff, full songs, and you let them do it. Why do you do that? Why? That should be going to you. That should be going to Household of Faith, not some gibberish speaker. It's just how I feel, guys. It's just how I feel. You reach a point when enough is enough. You know it's going to happen, and sure enough, that's exactly what happens. And it's the only time they get views. It's the only time. Speaking some kind of vague gibberish doesn't get you much. People are on to that. So come on now. I just got on my soapbox, Todd. I hope I wasn't too mean. It is very addictive, Dark Shadows. That's right. If you don't have that addiction, you don't know what it's like. Just wonderful actors that, comfort you. But having said all that, there's a far more important comfort, and that's the comfort of the Lord. Jack, I am wondering why Nick Cage, no K on that name, just NIC. He's too cool for a K because there's no K in Nicholas. And he doesn't go by Nick much anyway. But NIC Cage didn't go to Bob Joyce's house other than that security, and he doesn't want any pictures or where he actually lives. Boy, see, everything you say, things flash. Which one? Which house comes to mind? I don't think he wanted to be that obvious, Somebody pretending to be somebody from the church, allegedly, said that, that it was all AI fake. And then 2 inside sources said, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. There are videos up about that too, of recent weeks. So I don't know what to say, I can't find another story like this. People say this one faked their death, that one faked their death, talking about Elvis Presley now. Well, Elvis is way out in front of the count of possibilities. And there's things that are just impossible to explain away. Numerous sources tell me that the mother of Whitney Houston played piano at Household of Faith. Anybody verify that? The mother of Whitney Houston, after her passing, played piano at Household of Faith, and it was edited out. You didn't see it on YouTube. Someone asked, why don't they just put the show? Why don't they put the service up at live stream it? Because there's things. Now, I was surprised that Joel Osteen Church was doing that, because there's things that happen you don't want going out to the general public. Somebody who goes to your church wants to know if something is private, it stays private. And they know in the editing, when they edit, not to put that part in, to edit it out. Like if somebody yells out, thank you, Elvis, which happened. And that was edited out after I noted it. That was years ago. So, I don't know what to tell you. I'm more than willing to have an interview. If you have a Zoom, I'll link into your Zoom, and then you'll have control. See, you'll get to decide whether it makes error or not. Sandra Fair, the one thing I have a hard time dealing with is how could so many keep such a big secret all these years? Well, depends if you're in the inner circle or not. Could Danny Smith keep a secret all these years? Could Billy Smith and his wife keep a secret? Yeah, I believe it's possible. I'm not saying, that they would say Elvis passed away in 1977. That's what they say. Gene Smith, their cousin, says, no, I don't think so. Gene was well-spoken. What is he, the black sheep? He was well-spoken when he said that it looked like a wax dummy. The sideburn that had been glued on came up and was sticking up in the air. Around here, there was more glue of what looked like a wig. Or he was sweating in the Memphis sun. Corpses don't sweat, right? So there's a whole bunch of stuff. It's so unfathomable how much stuff there is. So Matt Joyce would be a great person to explain every single one of the 8 dozen coincidences if he wanted to. How come on Matt's Facebook page he got no daddy? He's got 2 mommies and no daddy. What the heck is that? You know? You know? This is what I have always expected to hear and never have heard. Jack, we're not saying there's no validity to what you say, but Pastor Bob is here with us and he'd like to speak to you, and maybe you could lay off the story because we don't think it's in line with God's plan. And if I could see it was Pastor Bob I was speaking to, I said that back in 2018. I'm glad he didn't take me up on it, because there would have went the best topic I've ever had. I make a fraction of what Wings of Pegasus makes, or a fraction of the other guy makes more than me that speaks about this, because he uses a lot of copyrighted material and has much better editing skills. And some people like that. We tell the story here. We're the chronological storyteller more than anything. And that's certainly not him. But I'm a team player. If I've been threatened over this from people that used to go to the church, it's a wild story. When you're going to do a YouTube story, you got to expect there'll be naysayers. In this case, that there'll be protectors. You understand that? I don't know. Sometimes I just want to give the whole thing up and walk away, to be honest with you, because without that, it's going to be hard to maintain an audience of more than 300 or 400. You see how many people hit the videos when we don't speak about Pastor Bob Joyce. You see the drop. Well, there it is. It'd be about that same number if we didn't talk about Bob. In fact, it would even be smaller, because a lot of people love to hear about this topic. But we just speak of possibilities. There's other possibilities, and we speak about those too. No, I didn't see that part, Jackie, when he called his sister and I presume husband up to pray for their health. No, I did not. I did not. That's at the end of the service, is it? I saw and played some of the sermon on the air, but I didn't see that part. So I don't know what is going on here. I don't know what is going on. Why is Elaine defending me from Homer? I don't know. I think he's saying a tree was in the road. He cut up and moved along. You carry a saw with you? Not a chainsaw, right? So that is a biggie, though, Carolyn, about Nick Cage. It's just so far removed from a local pastor in Arkansas story, so far removed. But hey, Chris, there you are. How are you? Chris made note of some of our content today. Inspired it, you could say. You have a small battery operated chainsaw charged up and ready to go in your truck. That's cool, Homer. That's cool. Now, what you want to do is you want to find a summer camp. and you're going to shoot like in October. Summer camp is closed. Well, September, you want to try to have it still kind of warm. And you find some pretty actresses and some handsome actors, and you do yourself a horror film. Let's see, where are you again? You just told me too. You're not in Tennessee. You're in North Carolina, right? North Carolina Chainsaw Massacre. Do you have any summer camps there? I bet you do. Well, in September, you can rent it cheap. You can rent it cheap, and we'll have the Tennessee Titan, Todd Bradshaw, write your script. I bet he could do a good one. We'll have Todd write the script, and you're going to need to fake some special effects, but maybe AI. Can you do that for him? Well, Neo says he's not really AI, but he does some nice stuff. Polka Sean may be able to do it. He does some cool AI stuff, but he's a busy man because he's in the Jimmy Stir Inner Circle now. Sandra Fair in beautiful taxi cab yellow hits the thanks button for $10. Thank you, Sandra. You do that a lot. As I say, it tends to be the same people. Taxi cab yellow, I appreciate that very much. Have a great weekend, says Chris. You too. It's half over here, but Mooresville, Lake Norman. Well, I've certainly heard of Lake Norman. I don't know who talked about Lake Norman, but it's a place that you see. It's a place that you see. Let's look at it. Oh, there it is. Looks kind of quiet. There's boating, things to do at Lake Norman. You can sleep, you can fish. Lake Norman State Park. Oh, okay. Carrigan Farms. Have you been there, Homer? Discovery Place for kids. Is that the Discovery Network that runs that? The Discovery Kids Network that runs that? Jetton Park. Have you been to Jetton Park? It's making me think of the Jetsons. Did you watch the Jetsons? Is it okay to swim in Lake Norman? Yes, it's generally okay to swim in Lake Norman. Just know that you're swimming in a fish's toilet. But you must check for local bacteria levels. Well, I just told you. And harmful algae. Algae. I used to listen to him on 99X in New York City before getting in. Oh, my God. Water quality changes often in good old Lake Norman, and localized advisories are common after heavy rain or spills. What's spilling in there, Homer? Oh, dear. Those bacteria levels are usually low during dry, clear weather, but spike happens after storms. I see. Is Lake Norman a party lake? Is Lake Norman a party lake? Yes. You can often see Homer, for example, running around doing dancing to Metallica, Ozzy Osbourne, and, of course, AC/DC. They have functions as a major party lake during the summer, featuring bustling weekend, boat gatherings, oh yes, floating DJs, and popular social coves alongside quieter residential and family areas. Yes. They have skinny dipping going on near the quiet residential area. So I'll be going to Lake Norman on Tuesday. I'm just kidding. So it looks pretty. Looks pretty. Have you been to any of those places like Carrigan Farms or Jetton Park? I wonder. Elaine, you are anti-medicine, you're anti-lake. But I do understand what you're saying because anytime you swim in a lake, you're swimming in somebody's, And right now, I tell Karen, she went to the YMCA to swim today. I drove her. She had to be there. She likes to be there around 3:30, and I pick her up at about 4:45. She goes into the sauna too. It's a whole different world today with especially the millennials on down. They ain't getting naked and going in the sauna. They ain't going to get naked in the locker room. They may even go to a bathroom stall. The people who go naked are the old people nobody would possibly want to see anyway. I mean, I'm talking 80s and 90s and whatever, you know. Katina Swatsworth has the ruler out and is ready to strike. I can tell. I always know. Let's see here. But yeah, that's, she gets her exercise. She does believe that helps her with some of her pain issues and what have you. But I mean, it's summer camp going on right now. You're going to go to swim in that pool when summer camp has just been there. You know what those kids do in that water? Do you? Do you, Elaine? I bet you do. Hobdob is here, is she? There she is. Jack, your topic and shows got me through years of the most terrible times of my life. New things come along, but I tune in as often as I can. So, what's these new things we're talking about, Hobdob? Who has replaced me in your heart? Don't tell me it's, don't tell me that. Please don't. Tell me somebody good, like Bald and Broke or Robert's Active Retirement or those great creators that do the abandoned places videos. I was watching some today. I love those shows. I want to do it. I want to do it. I'd get arrested the first time. I wouldn't be here. You'd say, Jack is in the clink. Karen would have to come on and say, Jack is in the clink, because on his first abandoned house video, not only did he get arrested, he probably has a tick, and now he has Lyme disease. And he found a guy with a knife in there ready for him. Yeah, I'm too old. I hate to say that. I'm too old to do those abandoned videos. You got to be fast on your feet. And how come they go into mansions and there's no alarm system? Abandoned mansions, no alarm system. I can't believe there'd be that many and that they don't end up tripping an alarm they didn't think existed. So I don't know, but there's some good creators. I would recommend Stringer Media. You'll definitely fall in love with them, Elaine Peterson. Stringer Media. He has a friend, Silent. He has a channel too, and they're both teen idols, if there ever were male teen idols. And then there's a little older Ranger Rick TV. He's very good. He's very good. And he almost got stabbed in a house in France. Yeah, they travel abroad. That's how much money they make in their views. I'm struggling here, to get the bare minimum so I can just eke by. And these guys are going to Rome and France and, the Caribbean, all on the money they make on YouTube. I didn't get to go to the 60th Dark Shadows reunion. Oy. Well, Leanne Taylor is one of my angels, and she hits the thanks button in beautiful taxi cab yellow for $10. Well, thank you so much, Leanne Taylor. You've done that before, and I appreciate it very much. I can't do a hot tub. Elaine is now trying to kill me. I must have said something that made Elaine very mad at me, because now she's trying to kill me in a hot tub. I have a defibrillator in my chest. I can't go into a hot tub. I can go into a warm water pool, but even if I were to take a hot bath, and I love to take hot baths, like in a hotel, not here, not for $1 million. The same place as that guy? You'd have to offer me more than they offer on Naked and Afraid. You've never been on Naked and Afraid, have you, Katina Swatsworth, as a contestant? I didn't think so. Believe me, you're far more beautiful than most of the girls that go on there. I mean, every once in a while. I haven't seen it. I mean, this is what I'm told. They blur. And as Karen's grandson said too, when he was caught watching it, said, well, they don't show everything. He's right. They don't. Beyond the booty, you don't get much. Oh, I can feel the sting of the ruler, Katina. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. So sorry. Keenersville, right outside Winston-Salem. Well, I've certainly heard of that, Homer. You live near famous places like Lake Norman. Thankfully, I live on the east side of Mooresville. I've heard of Mooresville too, which is too big now, from 20,000 people 30 years ago to over 75,000 people now in the area. Yeah. They're all coming from New York. Between Hochul and Kami Mondami, they're leaving. They're leaving. She's now threatening the county executives because, she doesn't want any cooperation with ICE and what have you. And the guy who's running against her, I'd like to think he had a chance, but it's New York City that determines who the next mayor is. He's not Mr. Charisma, We had that. We had Lee Zeldin, and he almost won. I can't imagine. I mean, I'm glad he's working for Trump, but he would have been a great New York City governor. Andrew Cuomo, Democrat, and yes, he made some wrong decisions involving we knew so little back then. He followed the advice to put COVID patients in nursing homes in a certain area, and that caused deaths. But he was a far better governor than Governor Hochul. New challenges, says Hobdob. New health issues? Be sure to tell me in a private message or email. And of course, obviously anything you want to say here. 3 severed heads. My third favorite serial killer. Just woke. Looks like I've missed quite a bit. Yeah, well, just watch the replay. It's not a lot. But there is some stuff. Right in the middle of the triad, I am about 10 miles from West, South, HP, and GBO. Now we are talking in Lithuanian, and I don't speak Lithuanian. Katina Swatsworth says, good night. I just got Katrisa to bed. God bless and prayers to everyone. Thank you, Katina. Hope you're not too upset with me. Let's see. All coming from up north. Bunch of NASCAR racers live here. Oh, Kyle Busch lived there. God rest his soul, that died recently. His shop is 5 miles from me. Wow. He seemed like a fine, decent man. People still haven't gotten over Dale Earnhardt. It was such a shock. I don't follow the racing, but I knew that was a big story. I live 10 miles east of Interstate 77. Well, yeah. 84 leads to 81, leads to 77. I used to be on 77, going to Rock Hill, South Carolina. I go right past Charlotte, North Carolina, and other places like where you have the big dog track. What the heck is that? Gaston, North Carolina. Dog racing. Am I right, Homer? Am I right? Oh, Jay Progera is here. Hello. How are you? Welcome. Remember, Carolyn Mullins, I have a GED, so I don't know what any of those things mean. Look at that in beautiful deep pink. Oh, dear. 3 severed head. Thanks, Jack, for all you do. Appreciate that so much, 3 severed heads. She won't reveal her location because she is a serial killer, and she has a basement equipped with, well, everything you can imagine, including, yes, a prison cell. I'm joking, three severed heads. Thank you, Jack, for all you do. Thank you so much. Thank you for $50 on the thanks button. I appreciate that. One of my angels there. Jack, that means Winston-Salem, High Point, and Greensboro. Oh, now I know now it all. I know those places. I don't think we did a gig. We did a gig. This goes back to my second wife, the professional clown. We did a gig in Greensboro, South Carolina. Is that what it is? We were on television. I remember that. She was making something. They wanted her to twist balloons, really, because the host, knew how to twist balloons. That was what we should have done. No worries, I won't come for you. Okay, I don't want to end up in a big pickle jar in your basement. So how are you, Jay Pogera? What's going on? Hi, Jack. Hope you're well. Hugs. Same to you. Good night, intention. Well, we all have good intentions, but we don't always carry them out. That's my problem. What is the old saying? Everybody repeat it with me. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. With good intentions. Thank you, Leanne Taylor. And thank you, three severed heads, for hitting the thanks button, along with Jody Smith, Sandra Fair, and going back as far as it'll let me, Richard Lyon, the Grand Patriarch, who was with us, Pam Donnelly 2 or 3 times. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being a friend. Oh, yes, and more. Now I see it, Brenda Sweeney. Thank you, Brenda Sweeney, for hitting the Cash App. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, Elaine Peterson and Miles Wright, for hitting the Cash App as well. And, there's the Tennessee Titan for kitty treats and such. It's funny, that number you use is about what I spend a month on kitty treats. That's funny, right? Because a can of Friskies is somewhere between 95 and 99 cents. I'm the 11 p.m. guy. Andy buys the daytime food now, because he got his disability. And that's been very helpful to Karen. And it benefits me. I'm not going to say it doesn't. I mean, to have a new roof over our head. But that was also money that Karen had saved with the boys next door, which is none of this I should be telling you. So thank you, Todd. You're a good man there in Sale Creek. I appreciate that so much. The Cash App handle is lowercase letters, Media Guy 56. Media Guy 56. MEDIAGUY, the number's 56. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What else is going on? CVS Specialty Care trying to get me to refill my Camzyos. It's too early. They wouldn't do it if I called. I know when I need to refill it. I don't need 52 reminders. Huh. Good to see you, Marty Greco, Elaine, and Brenda. Oh, that more came in. That was not new. Thanks again, Sandra Fair. Thanks again, Leanne Taylor. Thanks again, 3 severed heads, for hitting the thanks button right down there. Replay crowd, you can do that too. Hardly ever happens, but occasionally. Occasionally on a hot video, it does. Homer's going to give me $1 million. Well, we have to talk privately about that, Homer. See, no cash on tips is only for $12,000 for the year. Once it goes over 12,000, yeah. But I report all my income whichever way it comes in. And this stuff is automatic. It's on paper, just like Cash App. It's automatic. Anna, at the end of the year, well, really, like early February, Andy takes all the Cash Apps that have come in and forwards it to Anna. And then we do the Google. That happens like in the 15th of February is when Google finally has it ready. And we send that in, and that is a mix of views and people that hit the thanks button. So everything is accounted for. But the good news is because of President Donald John Trump, I was able to keep all of the Cash Apps because I didn't hit the $12,000 mark. No surprise there, right? I didn't hit the $12,000 mark. So I was able to keep the Cash App tips that everyone sent because of President Trump. So is he right all the time? Does he make me want to pull my hair out? Stop saying we're going to give them more time and stuff. They're just playing you. The midterms. Gas has got to go down to $3 a gallon and soon. He is bringing food prices down, but people don't notice that as much as they do that gallon of gas. So let's get that down, and that means the Strait of Hormuz. See, what they would do to us is they would just bomb us indiscriminately. But that's not what we do here in the United States of America, and we shouldn't. We try to be as careful when it comes to kids and innocent people. We try, but war is hell, and you're gonna get some of them. We all wish we lived in a world where none of this had to happen. None of this. They made a choice on October 7th, 2023. The Palestinians, Hamas, Gaza, the people that live in Gaza, not the Gaza people. That's what's so sad. They use them as human shields. It's a mess. It's a mess. But I understand people having objections to over 20,000 kids in Gaza being killed. I totally get it. It's just like I want to make this statement, and I want to do it in a separate video, but I'm not for this throw everybody out of the United States of America. If you've been here for years and you're a productive citizen, you don't have a felony on your record, you didn't sneak in during the Biden time when everybody could come in, you've been here for years, leave them alone. Leave them alone. They're doing the jobs that the XYZers often don't want to do. We have the black dirt, the onion fields. Great workers there, good people. They deserve a good wage, a good place to live, and some nice time off where they can go and enjoy life too. And when it's all the picking is done and what have you, I don't think they should have to leave and come back. But certainly you want to have work passes, if nothing else, But where are they going to go in the meantime, So I'm not, when I hear people like Laura Ingraham say, deport all of them, I don't agree with that. That's too much because we're Christians first, right? What would Jesus do? If someone's here to rape your children from Ecuador, you want to get them the heck out. But if someone doesn't fit into that kind of mold, they're not a criminal, and they've been here for a good long time, leave them alone. Leave them alone. Immigrants have always been very important to this country. You can't leave your Christianity at the door, and make blanket statements, I don't believe. Mooresville drag strip is a mile across the woods since the 1950s. So here it's sometimes they something canning it to a race club for the millionaires with clubhouses, pool restaurants, pool restaurant house, etc. to bring in couples, I guess. Huh. Please do, Three Severed Heads. I wish you would. So that's our story here, and we're sticking to it. Coming up to the 2-hour mark. And so remember to keep Teresa Pano's husband, she didn't say his name, in prayer because he's going to have, after colonoscopy, they found a mass. He's going to have surgery to get that out of there, analyze that, and see what's going on. First John chapter 3 in the NIV. Beginning with verse 1. How great is the love of the Father. How great is the love the Father has lavished on us, that we should be called children of God. And that is what we are. The reason the world does not know us is that it did not know him. Dear friends, now we are children of God, and what we will be has not yet been made known. But we know that when he appears, we shall be like him. Wow. For we shall see him and he as he is. Everyone who has this hope in him purifies himself just as he is pure. Everyone who sins breaks the law. In fact, sin is lawlessness. But you know that he appeared so that he might take away our sins. And in him is no sin. No one who lives in him keeps on sinning. No one who continues to sin has either seen him or known him. It's very heavy scripture in 1 John, the 3rd chapter. Of course, you have to look at all the verses of scripture. That's right, Sunday afternoon in Australia. Yeah. Time to feed the cats. Time to feed the feral cats. They're the most lovey-dovey at this hour of the night. Thank you for watching Worldwide Ramblings for this Saturday, August 1st. Just like July went fast, this will go fast too, so enjoy what's left of the summer. Because I think it was even cold in May here. So it seems like a much shorter season than the one that follows. Thank you, Elaine Peterson. That's right. Homer is a CB radio guy. People that are very passionate about it. Thanks, Kenneth Winters. Thanks. Hope to see you out there somewhere. I was at Colonial on Friday for my Manhattan clam chowder and 3 eggs over easy with wheat toast and home fries. Thank you, Ty Bradshaw. Thanks again. Thanks everybody here for being with me on this Saturday night. We'll talk to you again real soon. I appreciate you very much. Good night for now.